Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon,
Good
sir.
afternoon, Rahul. How are you?
Sir, everything is fine, sir. How about you, sir?
We are fine. Thank you. By God's grace. How is everyone at home?
Sir, everything is perfectly fine, sir. All doing good, sir.
Why were you not ready on time?
Sir, actually, I was facing a problem in my microphone, sir. So I was just making sure that it was working properly. And I should have done these things a little before, sir. But I'm really sorry for that.
What is your birth date famous for?
Sir, my date of birth is 23rd April. Sir, as such on 23rd April, I'm really not aware about, sir, that it is of what is the significance of that date. I need to look at it, sir.
Because that means you have not done that homework.
Sir, I was looking at it on one day, sir, but I was not finding anything of much significance, sir. That's why.
April 23 is celebrated as World Book Day.
Oh, okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you for this information.
And I'm afraid you don't know why April 23 is celebrated as World Book Day.
I'm sorry, sir. I do not know about this.
That is Shakespeare's death anniversary.
Oh, okay, sir. Thank you, sir, for this information.
In your interview, any questions in that direction can come up.
Okay. I will prepare it, sir.
I also see that you have given one previous UPSC interview.
Yes, sir. This is my second attempt.
What was your score in that interview?
Sir, can I tell that score after this interview, sir, so that it do not lead to any prejudice in start, sir? If that is fine.
I'm fine with it, but that also then cuts off some of the questions we would pose based on that score. But it is okay. If you want to share that later on, it is okay. What did you do in France?
Sir, I went to France for the student exchange program. It was for 4 months from August 2016 to December 2016, sir. It was an educational exchange program. I was there to study for 1 semester in an institute called École de Mines Albi in the southern France region. And during that, sir, I studied, I made new friends, I traveled across the European countries, and it was really a great experience for me.
What did you learn there?
So a lot of learnings were there, sir, for me. Firstly, sir, it really made me a self-reliant person, sir. That is called Atmanirbhar, sir. That I have to do everything there by myself, be it cooking, cleaning my clothes, ironing them, planning my trips, etc. So I was all by myself, sir. So that really made me a self-reliant person in my life. Second thing, sir, it allows me to take it improves my leadership skills, sir, that I was representing my country. I was only the only Indian student in that institute. So it was my responsibility that I conduct myself properly and tell and about my country in good manner. Thirdly, sir, it allows me to take pride in my own culture, sir. I see that French society take enormous pride in their own language and culture. And from there, sir, I like for the French language. Then I realized, sir, how we are letting English to take over our some of the regional languages, etc. And I teach practices like practices like Ayurveda and yoga to some of my friends there, sir. So all of that, sir, led to a holistic development of mine.
Over to you, Shekatkar, sir.
Good afternoon, Rahul.
Good afternoon, sir.
You have done mechanical engineering.
Yes, sir.
And your subject of choice is also mechanical engineering.
Yes, sir.
Great. They say the mechanical engineering has a tremendous amount of future in relation to aerospace engineering. What do you think so? You think it is right?
Sir, aerospace engineering is a very multi-dimensional branch, sir. It involves elements of mechanical engineering, electronics, computer science, etc. Definitely, sir, mechanical engineering forms a big part of it in terms of manufacturing of the rockets and other launch vehicles that are there. So yes, sir, mechanical engineering do holds a great significance in aerospace.
How will this knowledge be useful to you as an administrator, as a collector of a district, or a deputy secretary in Mantralaya? How will you use this knowledge?
So in my view, my knowledge about mechanical engineering will be really helpful in the administration. I say so, sir, because if we see the administration now, sir, we are focusing on citizen-centric, minimum government and maximum governance principle. So also in mechanical engineering, we have the concepts of the total quality management, where every product that we made, we also keep in focus the customer. So in administration, we are also keeping in focus the citizen. So, sir, concepts of the total quality management, Pareto analysis, critical path method, quality circles, all of these things will help me in streamlining the administration so that, sir, I deliver the services in the most cost effective and in a timely manner, keeping in mind the needs of the city.
Exactly 6 days back, Honorable Prime Minister of India,
Yes,
while speaking to the diplomats, he made a mention. They got to be now thinking on export of the Indian technology, Indian machinery, Indian food products, and so on, which are not so far. What do you think is the future commitment for the Indian diplomacy?
Sir, I'm sorry, sir, I was not able to understand your question properly, sir. Can you please repeat it for me?
In light of the call given by the Prime Minister of India,
Yes,
that the diplomats throughout the world now will have to promote export.
yes, sir.
Export of engineering, export of knowledge, export of food, export of textile.
Yes, sir.
How do you correlate to this, your knowledge?
Sir, definitely, sir. The Ministry of External Affairs and the diplomats that we are having, they're also they always pitch India, and they hold significance in commerce also. A very close collaboration between Ministry of External Affairs, Ministry of Commerce and Industry will be required so that, sir, we pitch our products in various sectors, and we have a lot of potential in that, sir, to the other countries. And also, sir, we can also use our diaspora also across the country, that they allow, they tell people about some of the good products that we are having in India, sir. All of this will really improve our exports.
Okay, finally, the new education policy formed by the government, will it hold good for the point which you have given just now?
Yes, sir. Sir, in new education policy is very holistic in its approach. So we are seeing that in this new education policy, there is a great focus on vocational training and skilling of the people. So when these people and also on the innovation parts, so all of this thing will lead to more entrepreneurial activity in India, sir, and also will make it a skill capital of the world. And such innovative products will be exported to the other countries, and India will emerge as a big export hub of the world.
Okay, all the best. God bless you. Do well in your final interview. Over to you, sir.
Rahul, carrying on this discussion further, what is the difference between innovation and improvisation? And give me an example of each.
Sir, improvisation basically refers to small improvement in the existing product, while innovation refers to a total disruptive technological new product, sir, that will really have much better applications and uses as compared to the previous product. Sir, one example could be that, for example, in the mobile phone industry, sir, earlier there was small improvisation that were taking place in the feature phones, sir, from Nokia. Other companies are coming. After that, sir, very innovative products like small microprocessor chips happened there, and we got a smartphone with so much applications loaded in it, sir. So that is innovation.
Okay, now number of IITs have increased manifold in India. Almost every state has an IIT now, whereas earlier we just had about 5.
Yes.
So, do you think by increasing the number of IITs throughout India, the quality of education and their standards have been diluted, or is it a correct act on part of the government?
Sir, you have rightly mentioned that number of IITs are increasing. They have increased to 23 at present. Now, sir, it is very necessary that we provide access to the quality education to more number of people in our country. And IITs are the Institute of Excellence, especially in the technological field. Now, sir, regarding the debate whether it leads to dilution of the quality, sir, merely increasing the number of IITs do not lead to dilution. The way in which we are implementing and promoting the new IITs will make the difference. If we can provide quality infrastructure and quality professors of high caliber in those universities, along with the research acumen of the faculty as well as the students, so definitely it will improve the quality.
Okay, let's go to the next question. The Indian government has just stated that they will not recognize the government formed by Taliban if it happens.
Yes.
So, is it a correct stance?
Well, sir, if we see the incidents that are happening in the last week, sir, that Taliban have captured almost 17 provincial capitals in Afghanistan. And there is quite a great possibility, sir, they can capture the Kabul also and can come into the power. Now, sir, putting the national interest first, sir, it will be necessary that we safeguard our investment, our citizens that are living in Afghanistan. They all have to protect it. Then some sort of negotiations has to be there with the Taliban, so that we can ensure that our interests are protected. But, sir, at the same time, there is a debate that if we talk to Taliban, then it will dilute the Indian efforts for the anti-terrorism activities, and it will legitimize the Taliban further. But, sir, in my understanding, sir, we are seeing that China, Iran, etc. have maintained relationship with the Taliban. At the same time, sir, they can condemn terrorist activities. So if we follow this principle also, that we safeguard our interests, at the same time, do not lead it to a belief that we are legitimizing the Taliban government, then it will be a really good step.
Okay, thank you. Over to Mr. Chandrasekhar.
Thank you, sir. Hello, Rahul. How are you?
Good afternoon, sir. I'm really good, sir. How about you, sir?
Was all well. So Haryana must be celebrating all the Olympic medals which they've won.
Yes, sir. It is quite a festival-like atmosphere in Haryana right now.
I know. Very good. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
But when it comes to somebody missing the mark, why are we so rough with her? Like Vinesh Phogat.
Yes, sir.
I mean, she could have won by just narrowly missing against a very tough competitor. Yes. You have gone and put her to pasture. You don't select her. You kind of, whatever. There's so many actions taken against her. Is there no revolt or revulsion about that in the amongst the people of Haryana?
Sir, I myself found it quite troubling that, sir, we are not sympathizing with the athlete. And, sir, she have really given out the reasons that were there, that she was not with a physio that can understand her body, and that impacted her performance a lot, sir. And in my view, sir, although not all, a number of people are also sympathizing with her. And in the future, sir, I see that this dispute and contestation that is happening will be solved in a good manner, sir. And, sir, as a country as a whole, sir, we should improve our sporting culture, sir, that we remain equanimous in defeat as well as of the victory. We have seen this in the USA, sir. For example, sir, Simona Biles have not even participated, sir. And while Sir Vinesh Fogart have put so much effort that while her body was not allowing her to compete, still then she competed and performed in a very good manner.
I agree with you. But you're interested in sports yourself. You like hockey, you like football.
Yes, sir.
Why is the Indian Super League not taking off like the IPL?
Sir, surely it have not gained that much popularity as compared to the IPL, but it is improving year by year and with strength to strength, sir. Now, sir, some of the reason that it is not gaining popularity, sir. Firstly, sir, there is a conflict between Indian Super League and I League, sir, where a number of historical clubs from India are participating in the I League. So, if we can bridge that gap, sir, that one become the League One and other become a feeder ground of League Two for the League One, then that can be improved. Apart from that, sir, investment and promotion of more Indian youth in the very good playing conditions, for example, midfield, can also promote it. Thirdly, sir,
good enough. Now, you've been to France on a scholarship exchange program.
Yes, sir.
Again, congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
How do you understand the term Schengen region?
Sir, Schengen region is an area where if you have a visa of one country, then you can travel across all the Schengen area countries.
Okay. Now, both France and India are democracies.
Yes, sir.
But there are variations in the kind of government which are there in both countries.
Yes, sir.
Can you list 4 major differences between the French system and the Indian system?
Sir, yes, some of the things that I have read about the differences in the political systems.
Firstly, only read about? I thought you were there.
Yes, sir, I have experienced also, sir, along with the reading. So first difference was that of the presidential system in France, while India have a parliamentary democracy. Second, sir, what I noticed when I was talking to some of my friends in France, sir, they told that the regional government is not constitutionally recognized in the France, while we have Panchayati Raj systems and municipalities well recognized in the constitution. Third difference is the secularism model that that our democracies are following. India have a positive secularism concept with equal respect to all of the religion. While, sir, in France, there is a very strong, I will say, a barrier between the state and the religion, where religion is not allowed to be in the
okay, let me hop on to a couple of things. What is the status of the Prime Minister in the French system?
Sir, in a French system, it is the president who elects, who selects the Prime Minister from the parliament that is there in the France. And ultimately, sir, most of the powers lies in the president, while Prime Minister is more of a post that endorse the decisions of the president in the parliament.
Okay. And what is the system they have of 2 rounds of election?
I'm sorry, sir, I'm not aware about it.
Okay, doesn't matter. You know, recently the Prime Minister addressed the UN Security Council. And yes, maybe for the first time that an Indian Prime Minister has addressed the Security Council.
Yes, sir.
And in the course of his address, he referred to something called Sagar.
Yes.
Can you tell me what that is?
Yes, sir. Sir, Sagar is an important element of our foreign policy, and it stands for security and growth for all in the region, sir, especially in the maritime domain. Sir. So this is a very holistic and collective development approach of our country.
How different is that from Sagar Mala?
Sir, Sagar Mala is basically an infrastructural project, sir, that we are improving the infrastructure in ports as well as the hinterland around the ports by highways and improving our vessel capacity in the sea. So that was an infrastructure project, while this is a holistic all over development effort.
Very good, Rahul. Thank you very much. Wish you all the best. Over to ma'am.
Good afternoon, Rahul.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Rahul, describe yourself in 3 words. I don't want any explanation. You just have to use 3 words to describe yourself.
I'm a person who is always laughing, who always try to adhere to the right conduct, and is a very participative person in all the activities.
What kind of an officer, civil servant, officer will you become?
Ma'am, what the vision that I have about myself to become a civil servant like is that, ma'am, I will be a very empathetic civil servant looking at the needs of the citizen. I will be tech savvy and efficient and effective in delivering the services to the citizens. I will always be very consultative about the policies that I will be taking with the department level officers that will be there, so that very participative administration I can deliver.
You participated in an inter-college stage play.
Yes, ma'am.
So what was the play about and what was your character in it?
So, ma'am, the name of the stage play was Bacha Ram Ka Bagicha, and it was a quite a play with laden with full of humor. And basically, there was a Bacha Ram who is the owner of a bagicha, and there was a landlord who is keeping an eye on that bagicha to capture it from Bacha Ram. And for that, ma'am, since Bacharam was quite old in his old stage, so the landlord was offering him giving him an offer that I will be giving 20,000 each month to you for the remaining of your life, and expecting him to die as soon as possible. At the same time, ma'am, a distant family member of Bacharam came to his house, and he got to know that such an offer is there. So he is putting all his effort to strengthen the Bacharam as much as possible so that he can live as long as possible and he get benefit out of that 2000. So this contestation about longevity and early dying of Bacharam was played all throughout the play. Regarding
and
my
I can understand you must have thoroughly enjoyed participating in the play with the enthusiasm with which you're talking about it.
Yes, ma'am.
So what was your character precisely?
Ma'am, I was a thug for the landlord who frequently have to go to the Bacharam house to threaten him so that he die as soon as possible.
Okay. Rahul,
Yes,
when we talk to women and working women, we always talk to them about work-life balance.
Yes, ma'am.
Why do we never talk of this to a man?
Yes, ma'am. In my view, ma'am, this is the most backward aspect of our society. Also, these things are improving, ma'am. And definitely, ma'am, we have to achieve a gender parity in all of the aspects. And this has to start from the childhood, ma'am, that parents should make his son understand that he and her sister are equally responsible for the household work as well as for the outside activity. When such good education is imparted from the foundation stages, ma'am, I feel that our society can improve. And things are improving, ma'am, definitely.
So considering the fact that you come from Haryana, which has a very typically patriarchal mindset, how would you contribute to changing this mindset of the people?
First thing will be I myself will always follow such thing that I will be participating in the household work, and whenever I will go out, so that I can give an example to the people. Apart from that, ma'am, in the school also, for example, I will try to have an interaction between the parents and the teacher, and to ensure that such things are followed in the home. And even in the school curriculum also, ma'am, for example, in the morning assembly, such gender parity debates should be conducted, so that from a very young stage, people get to know about this thing. So in this way, ma'am, I will try to propagate a gender parity in my district.
Who has been your role model, Rahul?
Ma'am, I will say that I never stuck to one role model. It's just that across the life, ma'am, for example, if I go on sports field, then I will try to follow the skills of Cristiano Ronaldo or Kylian Mbappe there. And following in the righteous conduct, ma'am, I will try to follow principles Swami Vivekananda, Mahatma Gandhi, etc. So a lot of people in my life have inspired me, and that collectively, learning from all those qualities, I try to motivate myself.
What about your parents?
Definitely, ma'am. They have really good qualities, and they imparted very good value education in me. For example, ma'am, I always try to have such great social skills of my father, and great equity concept that my mother have always followed, along with the family members, not just mine, but along with the neighbors, how to live harmoniously.
Thank you, Rahul. All the best.
Thank you, ma'am.
What is the history of Hisar?
Sir, Hisar houses some of the ancient Indus Valley civilization sites like Rakhigadi and Siswal. During the medieval period, sir, from where the Hisar itself got its name, because Hisar stands for the fort city. So Tughlaq, Firozshah Tughlaq, the ruler, built it. Have considered it is a very strategic point and built the fort there, sir. After that, sir, in the modern times, sir, we kept this cultural aspects, as well as adopted more technological things, and now Hisar has become a great in education and health.
What are the current challenges to agriculture in Haryana?
So some of the challenges that agriculture sector is facing in Haryana includes, firstly, sir, land productivity is declining due to, firstly, the land size is decreasing due to more number of persons coming in the agriculture sector. And also, sir, irrational use of fertilizers and pesticides that we have seen during the Green Revolution time, that has impacted the land productivity. Second, sir, Hisar, in some regions, for example, in my district, Hisar in Haryana, sir, these are the regions which are water scarce, but farmers do not utilize the principle of ecological approach, ecological farming, and use water guzzling crops, which are deteriorating the environment that is there and impacting the crop productivity. Apart from that, the climate change is impacting the agriculture. We have seen that extreme temperatures are coming in Hisar. Also, in winter, also extreme cold is also taking place. So that is impacting the agriculture, Haryana.
What is entropy?
So entropy is a measure of degree of randomness in a system. If a system have more number of degree of freedom, that it can acquire more number of states, it will have more entropy.
Is the solar system a closed system or open system?
Sorry, sir, I need to learn more about it.
Now, your interview is scheduled for 14th of September, right?
Yes, sir.
Does that date have any importance?
Yes, sir. 14th of September is Hindi Days.
Is that the exact name?
I'm sorry, sir. I'm not able to recall the exact name right now. Maybe it was National Hindi Day. Sorry, but I'm not able to correctly recall.
Its exact name is Hindi Rajbhasha Divas.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you for the information.
Why is September 14 the Hindi Rajbhasha Divas?
I'm sorry, sir. I need to learn. I need to check the exact reason.
Do you practice yoga regularly?
Yes, sir. Always, sir. I will say that I'm quite addictive to yoga. I can use that in the morning. Always, it has to be around 1 to 1.5 hours. I practice yoga.
What all do you do?
So, sir, I start with the jogging, then Surya Namaskar, and then Asana and Pranayam. After that, sir, I try to remember the yam and niyam that are there in the yoga, so that across the day I can conduct myself in the righteous manner. And little meditation about what I did yesterday and what I plan to do during the day. At that point, sir, I conclude.
Do you still play football?
Yes, sir, in the evening.
Good. Continue to enjoy. All our best wishes for you.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Rahul, I will share the brief feedback.
Okay.
Basically, you are good.
Okay, sir.
We have enjoyed conducting the interview.
Thank you, sir.
Continue to be good, and the purpose of mock interview is to still further build on it. Yes, until 14th of September, you come out with better than your best. Yes, and of course, we look forward to your getting selected and coming out with flying colors this year.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, yeah. Now, in the last year's interview, it seems your birthday did not come up for discussion.
No, sir.
But it can. So you need to keep yourself ready for that.
Okay.
23rd of April is World Book Day.
Okay.
In memory of Shakespeare's death. It's the death anniversary of Shakespeare. And then it could lead into so many other questions.
Okay.
Now you are sound on knowledge, and except for again last couple of questions,
yes,
you are not found wanting on any questions. So the knowledge base is sound,
okay,
but keep updating it until 14th of September. You will be expected to be supremely update on 14th of September.
Yes.
So continue. In terms of interview technique, I have just one basic suggestion to make to you. Just one.
Yes.
And that is, your answers need to be brief and sharp.
Okay.
While the content is correct, there is no problem with the content, but your answers go on for a long time.
Okay.
And you are taking a little bit of time to come to the point.
Okay.
And that is almost a regular pattern throughout the interview. To share this feedback, I noted 2 or 3 places in the interview. Okay. One was this question on use of mechanical engineering in civil service.
Okay.
And when you watch this video, watch yourself talk. First of all, on that particular question, the way you are speaking, it seemed you have already prepared the answer and you are just delivering a prepared answer.
Okay.
Right? By hearted the answer. That's not how the interview should process. You do anticipate questions, prepare for them, but don't rattle out like you have by hearted the answer. It should be interactive. It's like two-way interaction is going on. Then this question on should India declared that we will not recognize Taliban regime. What is your opinion? Huh?
Yes.
There also, you just went on describing many things without telling your opinion.
Oh, okay.
The question is, you have been asked your opinion. and you were skirting around the issue, but did not give your opinion.
Okay.
That is also what is meant by sharp answer.
Okay.
Similarly, the question on dramatics and what was your role. Madam's question was, what was your role? Right? And
Sir,
you were happy, you smiled, which is all good.
Yes.
But you went on describing the drama for a considerably long time.
Okay.
That is what I mean by being brief and sharp.
Okay.
And in doing so, that in describing the drama,
Yes.
you forgot her question. Her question was, what was your role?
Sir, no, sir, in my view, both questions were asked. What
Yeah.
was the drama about? And
You
yes,
did not tell about what was your role.
yes, I was
And
telling
madam
them
had to
ma'am
repeat
that.
the question.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Madam had to repeat the question.
Yes.
Similarly, who inspires you, and you did come up with different names and descriptions, etc.
Yes.
But parents did not figure until madam specifically asked about them.
Yes.
So think about it again.
Okay.
Normally speaking, I think parents come first.
First. Yes, definitely.
Right? So just think about it. And some of the questions we dealt with towards the end are possible areas in your interview.
Yes.
So keep yourself ready with so brush up on mechanical engineering knowledge, especially current issues related to mechanical engineering.
Yes.
Mechanical engineering has to do with environment,
Yes.
and work on pollution like 2-stroke, 4-stroke engines, etc.
Yes.
So those questions can continue.
Yes.
Then, since your interview is on 14th of September,
yes.
Keep yourself ready for all issues pertaining to Hindi.
Okay.
It is Hindi Rajbhasha Divas.
Yes.
Because the resolution was tabled on the floor of the Constituent Assembly on September 14, 1949.
Okay.
That can take us to discussion of India's language policy and the extent of Hindi, etc.
Okay.
So I will finally repeat, basically all good. And to the best of my judgment, this interview will take you to beyond 175.
Okay.
Right? Now tell me your last year score.
So it was really low, sir. It was 132.
Right. So you have worked on yourself.
Yes,
and
sir.
you have improved. Continue to work on yourself and come out with better than your best on September 14th.
Okay. Sir, just one thing, sir.
Was, had you told me the marks earlier,
okay.
I would have asked you why so low and
yes.
what you have done to improve your performance.
Okay. Sir, actually, last time, sir, the result was declared a little late, and my interview was just on the 2nd of May. So I will say that, sir, my fundamentals about what a personality test should look like were not up to the right thing. I just mugging up the current affairs and did not focus on the DAF, while 80% of my interview was on my detailed application form. So that was really a big mistake from my end.
Good. You have worked this time. Continue to do so. There is just one last suggestion. Okay. Whenever panel member asks you, how are you?
Yes, sir.
You have replied with a smile, but also asked, how are you?
Yes,
to
sir.
the panel. Huh?
Yes, yes,
in
sir.
the interview situation, my suggestion is just restrict your answer to telling how are you. Okay. Sir, I am fine, or madam, I am fine, thank you.
Okay.
Don't go on to ask the panel, how are you?
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Sir, one question, sir. Sir, you have told about how to use mechanical engineering administration questions. Sir. So, sir, so definitely, sir, everyone prepares this question, sir. Now, sir, what you want from me that I take a pause of 2-3 seconds so that I will make the panel member feel that I am thinking about it, or
not pause. It's not about the content. It is about the way you deliver the sentences.
Okay.
They come up like you have already by-hearted the answer and just rattling out that answer. Instead of that, it should be delivered in a way that you are interacting with the panel.
Okay. Okay.
Right,
Okay.
Rahul?
Yes, sir. I will try to do that.
For you. Yeah. Go
Thank
on
you,
to success this time. Let this be the last interview.
Thank you, sir. Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you to all the board members.
All the best, Rahul.
All the best, Rahul.
All the
Thank
best.
you.
All the best.
Thank you.